Now, I can tell what some of you might say. Some of the Volkswagen apologists might say this. Well, Viking, the problem here is that this is warranty repair work. Well, I do contend that actually that's not really true because, remember, Volkswagen's warranty is only 3 years long. If you have a look at the amount of warranty work or the amount of work done that these dealerships actually end up having to pay out, it actually goes well beyond the 3-year mark. Now, this is an interesting case here. Volkswagen is disclosing the fact that it believes its dealers are overcharging for warranty work, and it's moaning that it thinks Tesla has an unfair advantage here. In one state of America, there was a new law created. Now, no automaker had a problem with this law, none of them. Only one of them. And it's really telling who that automaker was because they are one of the worst companies in the world when it comes to warranty costs and recalls. And here they're just saying, well, yeah, we don't want to keep paying. We don't want to keep paying for our own mistakes. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, I'll put a link in the description below to the world's winners. And maybe you'd call it the world's losers, actually, when it comes to the most money spent per car on warranty costs, recalls, and all that other nonsense. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome back, everyone else. And, I should first point out that Volkswagen said it was going to do an over-the-air update to fix certain problems with its electric cars. But by the way, to do this over-the-air update, you must bring, I kid you not, you must bring your car into a Volkswagen dealership. That's how they do their over-the-air updates at Volkswagen. Now, somebody please give Volkswagen the memo. That's not how an over-the-air update works. Even my BYD car can do an over-the-air update from home. I mean, honestly, the technology on the BYD cards, it's fairly lacking in comparison to Tesla. That's just the truth. But even BYD have worked out how an over-the-air update works. And it's not by driving to your dealership. And this is the key problem. Now, Volkswagen are complaining that by making people drive to the dealership, which is a self-imposed problem that they created themselves, they don't want to pay for the cost of that happening. Seriously, you cannot make this stuff up. Now, Volkswagen is the only company doing this. They're saying they shouldn't have to pay the costs, that their dealers are saying it costs them to fix Volkswagen's mistakes. This is serious. I'm not clickbaiting you at all. This is 100% genuine. When I saw this article, I couldn't help but laugh. I was having a few challenges today, and a few things came up where I went, that's tough. And this happened. And you know what, Volkswagen, thank you for the entertainment. You have made my day. You made it a bit lighter. Now, for a couple of years in a row, Volkswagen paid more money per car of any manufacturer in the world by a significant margin on warranty costs, recalls, etc. And it wasn't just Dieselgate. Yes, Dieselgate contributed significantly to them taking that title, and they took it by a wide margin from Ford, which, well, we all know how bad Ford goes with that kind of stuff. They admit it themselves, very much so. Jim Farley said on numerous occasions, Ford's biggest problem is quality problems with their vehicles are costing them billions of dollars. Direct words from his mouth. Now, that meant that Volkswagen had to do pretty badly in order to top Ford in those years, which they did. And I made a video about the actual costs, and they're insane. You think, oh, no, I'm a big fan of Ford, I'm a big fan of Volkswagen. That can't be right, Viking. You must be wrong. You must be making this up because you just love Tesla. Well, just check out my video and you can see the cost per car. They're astronomical. They're just ridiculous. It's like, how can you be in business when basically 20% of your profit, maybe even more than that, because this is just short term, maybe even over the long term, 30% of your profits are being pissed away into the wind by all the problems you created yourself. And then you say stuff like, oh, don't worry, we'll do an over-the-air update to fix it. But you've got to take it to your dealer. Sorry, dealers, we don't want to pay that fee. You're charging us to fix the problems we created. Now, this is exactly what is happening at Volkswagen. And this is the reason why I thought they were stupid to get rid of their CEO, Herbert Diess. Now, Herbert Diess, seriously, do you really think he would be architect of this kind of ridiculous nonsense? I don't think so. That guy was a pragmatist. He was logical. I don't think this comes from his direction. Well, obviously, he's been fired. Now the company is, I think, falling apart. There are many people who disagree with me on that, and that's fine. But if you do disagree, let me know why you think Volkswagen is doing really well. Please, let me know. Now, the Volkswagen Group of America have filed suit. They're literally suing. They're suing in federal court in Illinois in the hopes of rolling back a change to state franchise laws that require automakers to reimburse dealers for warranty work at the same rate a customer pays, which the automaker said cost it over $10 million last year. Basically, Volkswagen is saying our dealers, they're saying our dealers are ripping us off. That's exactly what they're saying here. They're saying our dealers are ripping off customers, therefore they're ripping off us at the same time. Can you see how that makes total sense? That's exactly what they're saying. The suit, filed last month in US District Court in the Northern District of Illinois, takes issue with the Multiplier Act, a change in the state's Motor Vehicle Franchise Act that was signed into law in 2021. Like I said, no other automaker has complained. The Multiplier Act removed the traditional time guide warranty compensation formula and mandates instead that automakers pay the same amount for a covered repair as a retail customer would. The change in warranty flat rate time reimbursements equates to a 50% increase per service operation, Volkswagen said. So Volkswagen is saying that its dealers are overcharging their customers massively and they don't want to pay the bill. That's exactly what they're saying here. That's funny. I think that's funny. Now, the new warranty reimbursement provision went into effect on the 1st of January 2022, and the German automaker contends in its suit that from that date through the end of November, it had been forced to pay nearly $10 million more to its 28 Volkswagen and 12 Audi stores in the state for warranty work. Yeah, interesting. Simply put, the Multiplier Act is crony capitalism at work. Redistributive legislation that takes hundreds of millions of dollars from some but not all motor vehicle manufacturers and for no public purpose deposits that money directly into the pockets of politically favored Illinois dealers. This is Volkswagen literally fighting its own dealers. It's basically taking its own dealers to court. Not quite, but pretty close. It named several state officials as defendants as well as members of the Illinois Motor Vehicle Review Board and asked the courts to declare the Multiplier Act unconstitutional on numerous grounds, including that it only applies to legacy automakers with franchised dealers. So now Volkswagen is saying this isn't fair. This doesn't apply to Tesla dealers. That's pretty much the only car company you can say. It's about Rivian and Lucid don't sell enough cars to even be in the conversation. So they're basically saying this is not fair. Woe is me. We use the old school traditional dealer model. Tesla doesn't, and we're going to go cry about it. Now, I don't remember hearing Volkswagen saying, well, woe is Tesla, when Tesla's incentives in the United States were removed from the company because it had sold too many EVs. How do you make this stuff up? It's ridiculous. And Volkswagen still qualified because they barely sold any. So basically, they had a huge advantage. Did they take advantage of that advantage? Not really. Not really at all. Now, the Multiplier Act, also called the Warranty Reimbursement Act, was championed in the legislature by a combination of franchise dealers and organised labour, ostensibly to promote technician pay, and was passed on a bipartisan basis, meaning both sides of the aisle agreed to this. That doesn't often happen. Volkswagen is the only automaker to challenge the constitutionality of the Illinois statute. Neighbouring Wisconsin passed a similar provision into its state franchise laws more than a decade ago. Now, there is a solution to all of this mess. Volkswagen, it's too hard for them. It's actually really simple, but I'll share with you the rest of this story first. Now, all work deserves fair compensation, and I'm proud that the bill I'm signing today ensures automobile mechanics are compensated fairly for the critical skilled labour they provide, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker said in a written statement when he signed the act into law in July 2021. Auto dealers in Illinois aren't required to pass along the additional reimbursements to technicians. However, labour agreements with unions representing technicians in Metro Chicago now include provisions that pass additional reimbursements through to workers, and one dealer representative who spoke on condition of anonymity said that is the case. The person said dealers who didn't pass through the additional reimbursements risked losing their technicians to dealerships that did. That's the whole point of this happening, right? Yeah. However, in its suit, Volkswagen called out the lack of clarity, saying the law does not require dealers to increase technician pay even 1 single cent. But it's actually happening whether the law says it or not, right? Wasn't that the whole point? Nor does it address technicians employed by manufacturers that sell directly to consumers. And here lies the problem. Volkswagen moaning about Tesla. A spokesman for Volkswagen Group of America said the automaker would have no additional comment beyond its current lawsuit. We're happy the bill went through and the governor signed it, said Joe McMahon, executive director of the Illinois Automobile Dealers Association. We think their efforts in federal court to remove the legislation are kind of frivolous and pathetic, is basically what he's suggesting. All we said during the legislative process was that we wanted dealerships and technicians to be compensated fairly, and our members agreed. Simple solution, Volkswagen. Ask your dealers very nicely to actually charge fair repair rates. If they charge fair repair rates, the money you have to pay is therefore fair, right? Very simple mathematic solution here. If your dealers are not willing to pay to get customers to pay fair rates of repairs, warranty costs, etc., then there's a simple solution. Don't send them cars. You don't have to. No one's forcing you to. Just don't do it, right? Don't know how it's going to go for you, but that's what you could do. Or you could just do the right thing. Get your dealers to do the right thing, to charge fair repair rates. Then you won't have to pay more money. Now, isn't this interesting? It almost kind of shows us who exactly is profiteering here, right? It seems as though Volkswagen is saying its dealers are profiteering. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below.